1960s. London. The city was alive with fashion, music, and the promise of a new era. But beneath the glamorous streets, another empire was quietly rising. Not built on politics, not built on business, built on fear. Two identical brothers became the most powerful gangsters Britain had ever known. Their names, Ronnie and Reggie Kray. This is the story of how two East London boys transformed into kings of the criminal underworld before everything collapsed. Ronald and Reginald Kray were born on October 24, 1933, in one of London's toughest neighborhoods. The East End wasn't a place where kindness earned respect. Strength did. Violence did. Growing up during World War II, the twins quickly learned one simple rule. If you wanted to survive, you had to fight. Before becoming gangsters, they were talented amateur boxers. Inside the ring, they built speed, discipline, and confidence. But outside the ropes, another future was waiting. By the late 1950s, the Kray brothers had formed their own criminal organization. It became known simply as The Firm. Protection rackets, illegal gambling, armed robbery, extortion, and nightclubs. Nothing in East London happened without their permission. Shop owners paid. Criminals obeyed. Those who resisted often disappeared. Fear became their greatest weapon. Unlike most criminals, the Krays didn't hide from the spotlight. They embraced it. Movie stars, politicians, famous singers, and even Hollywood celebrities visited their exclusive nightclub, Esmeralda's Barn. Photographers loved them. Newspapers followed them. To the public, they looked like gentlemen. To London's underworld, they were kings. Ronnie Kray was feared even by his own gang. His violent temper was impossible to control. Years later, doctors diagnosed him with schizophrenia. But long before anyone understood his illness, his enemies already knew. Ronnie could become deadly. Without warning. March 1966. Inside the Blind Beggar pub, Ronnie Kray walked calmly toward rival gangster George Cornell. Without hesitation, he pulled out a pistol and fired. The murder shocked Britain, yet no one dared testify, because everyone knew crossing the Krays could mean death. 1 year later, another killing would seal their fate. Jack, the Hat McVitie, had failed to carry out a murder ordered by the gang. For the Krays, failure meant betrayal. Inside a basement party, McVitie was brutally murdered. This time, too many people had witnessed the crime. The empire had begun to crack. For years, fear protected the Krays. Witnesses stayed silent, victims disappeared, police investigations failed, but one detective refused to give up, Leonard Nipper Reid. After months of relentless investigation, Scotland Yard finally gathered enough evidence. On May 8, 1968, the Kray Empire came to an end. In 1969, Britain watched one of the biggest criminal trials in its history for the murders of George Cornell and Jack McVitie. Both brothers received life sentences. Their reign was finally over. Ronnie spent his remaining years inside Broadmoor Psychiatric Hospital. He died in 1995. Reggie remained in prison until compassionate release in 2000. Only weeks later, he also died. The brothers who once ruled London left the world with nothing. The Kray twins became legends. Books, documentaries, and movies. Even today, their story continues to fascinate millions. But behind every glamorous photograph stood a darker truth. Power built on violence never lasts forever.